Hi there, my name is Tammy Seed from Tammy Seed Health. I help entrepreneurs just like yourself set up their online business. I know how overwhelming it is in the beginning, so I basically wanted to make this as simple as possible for you. I've created a system that allowed me over the years to, through a lot of trial and error, set up a business that was very successful. To be perfectly honest with you, you need to make money, or else really you have an expensive hobby. If you want to make money, how and what, set up a Facebook group, but also why Facebook group is really important for your business. It really wasn't until I set up my Facebook group that my business started to explode. The reason really for that is that like, know, and trust factor that comes in the online space. It's easy once someone books in a session with you one-on-one, they get to know you, you're in person. But in the online space, people don't know you yet, and there's a lot of people selling a lot of stuff. They really need to know and then get to trust you through some content that you're posting, some videos that you're showing, getting to know your personality, understanding what you're about. It's also important that you make money doing this. If you're not making money doing this, you have an expensive hobby. Okay, so we want to not only have a Facebook group, but grow that Facebook group. Okay, here you'll see my Facebook page. And what I want you to do is you're going to go up to the top where you see the word create. Making and creating a Facebook group is super easy. Click on create. Go ahead to group. Name your group. Add some people. So I usually add my hubby here just to get my group going. And something that I want you to think about is before creating this group, who are you speaking to? If you already know that, that's awesome. Dive right into creating your Facebook group. But if you don't know who you're speaking to, why you're talking to them, what you're going to specialize in, they aren't going to really be able to know, like, and trust you, right? Because what are you talking about? You can't serve everyone, right? You cannot help everybody. I've been there, I've tried that, and it failed miserably. And I think most of us honestly have to go through that trial and error process before we actually find our success. It's kind of just, no matter who you follow, no matter what course you purchase, no matter what school you go to, there is a trial and error component that I think we all need to go through to find out where we really excel. Okay. So from here, you can decide to select the privacy and you can make it public or private. You want to make it private. You want to have a private group that lures people in, but also by making it private, members have to request to become a part of the group. Therefore, you know they're not tire kickers. They're not going to waste your time. They legitimately have things that they want to work on. You can also ask them questions before you approve them. I found this really helpful. I found that really helpful because a lot of copycats are out there. A lot of people trying to learn, which isn't a bad thing, are out there wanting to see what you're doing, and they're not actually joining your group to be part of the group as an ideal client. So you can scan them before. You can pin this to your shortcuts. So what that means is when you're on your home page, you are going to see a list down the left-hand side where it's actually going to pin your shortcuts to groups that you are a part of. Create. And I have my group. How easy was that? Upload your photo. So you can upload a photo or you can choose a photo that you already have on not Instagram. So now let's go to adding your photo. You can upload a photo here, or you can choose a photo that you may already have on here. Let's go to upload a photo just so that you see how it's done. Here you'll see a bunch of screenshots on Stencil. Stencil is a program that I use for resizing my images for when I post onto my website. Super important to make sure that you're doing that, just as a side note, because the size of your pictures really slow down your site speed, and you definitely don't want to be slowing down your site speed. You only have a little bit of time for people to keep their attention, to keep people's attention, okay? So I go ahead and I pick a picture. I'm happy with that. I'm going to save that. And the next really important thing that you want to do is go down to description, and you add your description. And this is important because this is where you can put a freebie offer that you may have. This is where people go to find out what your group rules are. So you might say, welcome, please read the following group rules before posting any questions or comments. Okay, and you don't have to do that. It's just something that you can do. You want to put your credentials in here. Okay, you definitely want to have your credentials here. Okay, so I'm happy with that picture. Okay, so I'm happy with this picture. I'm going to scroll down because the next thing I want you to do here is go and add the description. Over here, it'll say description. You're going to click on that and you can add whatever you'd like. Welcome, please read the following group rules before posting any questions or comments. Okay. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that picture. This is a picture that I made up in Canva. That's another area where I teach in the course that I offer on coaches being able to do all of the online technology and get their business up and running without having to pay the thousands of dollars to have other people do it. I do think it's really important to know how to do all of these things. It's your business. You should know how to run it. And they're really not that difficult. There's some tricks, there's some tips, there's some components that might involve a tiny little bit of coding here and there. But even that, nowadays, everything is pretty set up and done for you. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that picture. I'm going to scroll on down to where it says add a description. Click on that. And I'm going to put welcome, please read these group rules before posting any comments or questions. And then you don't have to put that, but you could put whatever you like here. Rule number 1, no diagnoses or medication recommendations to be discussed in this group. Be kind and polite at all times. And I realize that you think we shouldn't need to tell people that, but you would be surprised. So we just give that gentle reminder. No sales of supplements, because there's a lot of people that will join your groups stipulating all of their different health issues that they're having, only for you to realize that they're actually, maybe PMing your group members some great product that they're trying to sell. Okay, that has its place. Your private group where you're trying to educate people and earn an income is not the place for that. No sales of supplements are allowed. So whatever you want to put in there. Then I always make sure that I put my credentials. Tammy Seed Health. You're going to put holistic nutritional clinical practitioner. whatever your credentials happen to be. I'm also going to add, and this is important, Tammy Seed is not a doctor, and therefore any guidance or recommendation is to be taken at your own risk. And then I also usually add, Tammy does not diagnose nor treat anyone. For a full consult, please see, and then you should link your calendar. Calendar here. So whatever the link is to your calendar, you're going to put that in there, okay? The other thing that you can do is you want to put also, please feel free to grab my free 7-day detox. That is right. It is 100% free. And then you're going to add the link to that there. And I show you how to choose a great opt-in, which is your freebie that you're going to give. And you're basically giving them content. You're giving them a piece of information that they want, that they need in exchange for their email and their name. Okay? It's building your list. I show you in the course that I have available, how to decide what opt-in to use. How do you come up with what is your specific niche want the most, your ideal client, what are they looking for? So that's just an example. And then they can grab it right here in your group and boom, you have another person on your list that you can communicate with. It's so important to have a list because we want to make sure if anything ever happens to the social media platforms that we are relying on, that we have somewhere to still run a business. If that happens, if anything happens to them, that we still own our list and we can still communicate, we can still sell, we can still nurture these people, these ideal clients, and we can still have revenue coming in, okay? We aren't completely out of business if something happens to our social media platforms that we're relying so much on. Okay, now you want to go ahead and you want to say your first post. So it should be something like, welcome, thank you for joining. Oh dear. Let's go back and fix this first. Welcome, thank you for joining me. And then you're going to put, please see the group description for group rules and details. And you also want to please note that same disclaimer. Tammy Seed is not a doctor. Okay, and you continue from there. It's super, super important because you want to have that written everywhere so that they know you are not going to diagnose them. That is not your job. You are not a doctor, and you've made that super, uber clear to them that you are here as a mentor, as a creator, as a influence, as a coach, as a health professional to help guide them in their health, to help to steer them in ways of healthier living. That could be through detox, that could be through supplements, that could be through tips and tricks and techniques, food, all of those things, but we're not ever claiming that we are a doctor. We are not doctors, although some of you may be, and if you are, you want to put those credentials in here. If you're taking this course and you're starting online and you are a doctor, put your credentials in here so that Google, when you start to build your website, will recognize you. Okay, they've changed the algorithm there. They're coming down harder and harder on people working in the healthcare industry online or health platforms online or as health coaches, because they want to make sure that these people have actually got education backing them. Okay? There's a lot of people out there that have a lot of opinions. All right, so that's the base of your group. You've got your welcome. I always recommend you put a picture in here. Pictures grab attention. So you want to put pictures into your post and you want them to be relevant pictures. You could even put a link. So if I put here, tammyseedhealth.com, and then I post that, you're going to see my website come up, and all of a sudden I'm drawing them to my website. If you just wrote a specific, and this is, why these groups are so important, you're going to be speaking consistently to people that are your ideal client. You're going to be speaking consistently, selling to people, nurturing people, educating people that actually want to hear from you, that are interested in what you have to offer them, and have okay. All right, so I've got that there. I can put a specific post, maybe. If you just wrote a specific post on how to help Candida, you could put that in here and it will show. Now I want to see why it is not showing. Okay, so if you have a specific website that you'd like them to go to, all right, so there's the basis of what you're going to need. The other quick tip here is if you need to edit, let's say you made a spelling mistake that after you posted it, realized you need to go back and correct, there is a drop-down arrow in the right-hand corner of your post. Click on that and you'll see where you can edit the post. You can also delete the post, okay? Another quick tip that I want to make for you is you can turn off commenting to a post, and you can also turn off notifications for a specific post, okay? Those are really great tips to have. Up here, you're going to see add a topic, okay? This is going to be one of the last things that you want to go ahead and do, and you can name your topic. So here, you're going to put in health and wellness, let's say, and save. You can put different popular topics in this area. And one of the things that you can do is you can think about how people use hashtags, for instance. These are going to bring and draw people more and more to your group. So when people go to the search bar up here where I have Tammy Seed Health Coach Creator and they type in health and wellness, your group is going to come up as an option for them. So you want to put your specific categories or topics that you work within. So let's say that you're a hormone expert. You're going to put, let's say, women's hormones, and you'll save that. So again, you can put as many as you want here, but you want to stay within your niche, okay? Don't go crazy and put all the different health topics in that you can think of, because as much as you might get more members, you're not going to get members that are your ideal client, okay? And you want to get ideal clients because that equals potential income. All right. Let me see if there's anything else that I can show you here before I sign out. Okay, so the other thing that you can do is you can invite certain members. I want to just touch on this quickly because the other thing that you can do is you can invite certain members. And I just want to touch on this quickly because one of the things that I see a lot of people doing is inviting a whole slew of people, friends and family and everybody they can find in different groups, and they're just adding them. It's a massive turnoff for people. They don't want to just be added to your group, and it's okay to send them an invite, but you might want to do something like send them a quick PM. And the other thing is to say to yourself, are they my ideal client? You don't just need numbers in your group. You do not just need numbers in your group. I know it sucks to be starting at number 1. But you have to have people come into your group that want to be there, that are going to follow you, that are going to listen to the videos, that are going to click on links. Okay, they're going to opt into your freebies. They're going to pay for a course that you set out. They're going to do a membership program with you because they're interested in you and they know and they trust you. Your friends may very well get on board. You could maybe have 5 friends where you say, hey, I'm building this group and I just want to add a few people to it. Feel free to remove yourself after. Go ahead and do that. That's okay. But to have this unlimited amount of people that have no intent to ever follow you or purchase from you is not going to be valuable to you. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Showing you over here, there's an about area on the left hand side. You can add more here. You can change whether you want it to be visible or private. You can manage your admin. So let's say that you wanted to add another member as the admin. Okay, so something else you can do here. Let's say that you start up another group later on in the future. You can actually recommend an existing group. So you could recommend this group to your new one. You could recommend your new one to this one. Okay. Discussion. This is where people are going to go to click to add their posts. You can do your lives in there. Here is where you're going to see all your members. Okay, so I sent an invite to one person and they haven't accepted that invite yet. Once they do, you'll see them down here under all members. You can see myself as the admin and moderator, and you can change that as well. You will see all your videos that have been posted in the photos section. You can add events to this. So let's say that you wanted to create an event where you were going to teach a specific class to people. You wanted to talk to them about progesterone and foods that can increase your progesterone naturally. You could have that in here with when you were going to do the date, when you were going to so you could actually add that in here. You can put a photo of the event, what it's going to be like, the name, location, description, how often you plan on running it. And this is really, really great as well. So you can kind of invite everybody to come to that event. There's a settings section here as well with all of your upcoming events. And if ever you need help in Facebook, there's always a little section where it gives you guidance, okay? And that's right here. Okay, here you're going to see all of the admin activity. Here you can create additional group rules. Sometimes that is needed. And the great thing here is that they actually have rules set up for you. So you can go ahead and say, okay, yeah, you know what? I want to add that to my group rules. And you can have an additional area for your group rules aside from your description of your group. Approval notifications is amazing. Get notifications when people ask to join the group. You definitely want to make sure these are coming to you because you don't want someone to want to be in your group to be really seeking to follow you and you don't approve them for 5 days, okay, because you didn't get a notification. You can see members that have been reported. I've had plenty of other members report members in the group for soliciting or being rude, and it's a great way to keep kind of the reins on your group. Auto flagged. When we flag posts, comments, and story items that might go against our community standards, they'll appear here. So Facebook's really good at letting you know, oh, okay, that was kind of against our rules, or you're pushing our guidelines. And here is a flag to let you know what it is, okay? Scheduled posts, so important. Okay, so this is where you can go ahead and see where all your scheduled posts are to plan out how you are going to run your group and organize it. So if I go back to discussion, I'll show you how this works. I'm going to click on here like I'm about to add a post. So let's say I write my content all here, but I don't want this to go out right away. If you scroll down, there's a schedule post button. This is so helpful. You're going to go ahead and you could basically schedule an entire month of posts in one sitting. You don't need to write these huge, long, content posts all the time. You could have one where you really want to balance. You could have one where you're giving people tips, one where you're recommending a recipe, one where you add the link to your own new post, where you're sending people to your website to gain traffic, but you don't want to come across as salesy. So you want to give a good mix of information and education. So let's say this one I want to go out on Wednesday the 30th. You can change the time here. You can schedule by simply clicking the schedule button, and you'll see one scheduled post. Plus, if I go back to moderate group to schedule posts, you will now see that exact post and what you have going out. So it's a great way to get organized. Definitely a component that you want to be utilizing in Facebook. Here you can go ahead and change a lot of these things you'll see in one or two areas. Usually people have their favorite ways to get to certain areas. Here you can create another topic again, an admin activity. It tells you, let's say you had different admins in your group. It tells you who is doing what. So it's another great way of organizing. And truthfully, once your group gets to 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people, well, you might need to add an additional admin, or you might want to refocus your own time and not run the group nearly as much. And so you can still go in and monitor, let's say you hire someone out to do these things, and you can monitor what they're doing, okay? Now, I could share this group with everyone on my own page. You want to be careful with your business page and your personal page. Facebook does not allow you, it does not like you posting business material and content on your personal page. So please make sure that you have a business Facebook page set up as well as your business, your Facebook group for your business. Here you'll see another more. A lot of this is some repetition, and some of it is just allowing you to do different options, okay? Notifications and joined. So you can unfollow the group, leave the group. It's not something you're going to be doing in your own group likely, but it is an option there. Here, it tells you what you are allowed to do, what you are not allowed to do. So you can go and read up on the group rules, what Facebook allows, what it does not allow. And you really want to abide by these, because as of right now, Facebook is an amazing opportunity to grow your business. Having a Facebook group also allows you to run group challenges. You can do free group challenges that builds your list. You could do that challenge can lead to a secondary challenge where you actually have them in a separate Facebook group. Let's say 30 people opt in, and you create another Facebook group where it maybe is a paid option, and you grow from there as well, okay? But for now, you're going to really work with your schedule. You're going to fill up that schedule where you have posts going up consistently so that people can get to know you, so that people want to work with you. All right, I hope that you found that helpful. Stay tuned for our next video when I'm going to show you how to speak to your ideal client and how to make them want to work with you. All right, we'll chat soon. Bye for now.